Alright, before I get started, here's my audience. There's 10 people there. So there you go. Alright, now, Caitlin, when you get a chance, can you come over here real quick and hold this for me?
Come on, baby. Alright, say bye-bye. Bye.
Alright, now, today, I'm going to be talking, thank you, baby. Now, today, I'm going to be talking about LEDs versus halogen. Everyone knows them, and pretty much everyone uses them. Now, most cars that come from the government or the factories or whatever use halogen bulbs. Now, these are actually terrible for the environment. They don't light up anything, and they use gas and glass. Not a good combination. These are, well, they're not strictly plastic, but they're mainly based off of plastic. They use two types of chemicals. It's chemical 3 and 5. I forget the names. It's like gallium or something like that. Now, basically, all these are just little orange dots that light up super bright. Now, the good thing about LEDs, they last forever. You know, I have 6 LED. I have LED pods on my truck that have 6 little lights like these. Just 6 little of these single lights. They last 50,000 hours. Now, if you run that's a long time. But, you know, you don't have them on constantly, so they last for years. You know, 5, 10 years, however much you use them. I don't know how much people use them, but that's usually about the lifespan of them. Now, if you buy cheap ones, they tend to last a little bit, you know, less than, you know, expensive ones, but they still last forever. Halogens, you know, you got maybe a year before these things bust or blow. Or now, the bad thing about these is not only are they made out of glass, but they have a gas in them that is kind of toxic. Now, the skin oil, me touching this right now, could puncture and break this glass. Skin oil is terrible for these lights like this. But not only is the glass a hazard, like I said, the gas in them can be toxic. They cannot be disposed in regular landfills like our good old trusty LEDs can. These, you can touch them, flip them, flop them, you can do anything with them. They still last. You plug and play however you want to do it. Like I said, anyone that knows what I'm talking about can obviously tell the difference between the two. Now, like I said, this is good for, well, they're not good for the environment, but they're a lot more eco-friendly. These are terrible. Like I said, these have to be specially processed in a completely different way than our good friends, the LEDs. Now, like I said, the longevity is completely different. Sorry, I got something in my throat. But not only is that a difference, price. Price is a big concern. Yes, these are cheap, but you also pay for what you get. These, no go. These are in. The aftermarket truck and car industry is booming, pretty much at an all-time high. These are selling like pancakes at IHOP. You can find these really cheap. You know, if you go, I got a set for my truck that was like 20-30 bucks. That's pretty cheap for a good lasting headlight. They're bright. You can see everything with them. I get flashed all the time just because of how bright they are. But that's not the point. They're cheap. They're good. They're well, they're not, like I said, they're not eco-friendly, but they're a lot better for the environment than those crappy halogen bulbs. What I'm trying to persuade people is switch over to LEDs. They're brighter. You can see more. Not only that, you know, you can get a set of these for as much as you can these halogen bulbs. These are reverse lights. Obviously, they're a lot less bright than headlights or anything else. But if you look at a video or anything else, you can obviously see and tell the difference between the two. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this. There's that little metal wire. If that breaks, you got a light out. Good thing about these is each and every single one of these is run off itself. So like if this one goes out, all the rest of them work. Or this one goes out, they all else work. So it's not just like one and done. Everything's off. one of these can basically break, implode, whatever. Not that they do that, but they will all still work. That'll give you time to go transfer and stuff. If something on this breaks, one little thing, completely done. And then you get pulled over by cops and what else not. Like I said, these reverse lights, so obviously you're not driving around town with your reverse lights on. But people use them in brake lights, headlights, off-road lights, cab lights, mirror lights, underglow lights, wheel well lights, wheel lights. You know, there's endless possibilities with these lights. What I'm trying to say here is go with LEDs. Cost efficient. You know, you get more bang for your buck with them. Yeah, you might pay a little bit more up front, but that's the thing. What you pay up front, you not double you, well, you don't get any money back out of them, but they pay for itself in no time. Like you said, you get longevity, you get brightness, and you get more eco-friendly than your halogen bulb. Now, with that being said, you know, I'm just here to persuade you and kind of reel you in to try to get you to switch. But the reason the government doesn't put them in their car is because people can run off the road and stuff like that. That's the bad side to them, because they are so bright. But a lot of new car manufacturers are switching to LEDs just because of how long they last, how not cost efficient, but how much like cheaper they are in the long run. Like I said, you know, you get a year or two with these, maybe a little longer depending on the bulb and car size and whatever, and how much voltage your car puts out to the lights itself. But everything, you know, anytime you research LEDs, you can just kind of get a better feel for the situation. Now, the sources I got all this information was Super Bright LEDs. They're pretty good. They make home lights, they make car lights, they make everything. But LEDs are 20% power, 80% bright, or 80% light. Halogens are 80% power, 20% light, if that tells you anything. My other sources were government.edu, solarenergy.com, and then there's a car and website I can't think of. But thank you. That's all I have, and hope you like it.